Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most beneficent. I, Asad Awan, is here as your Pakistan Studies teacher. Class is ninth and our week is 4th, whereas lecture is 2nd of 4th week. First of all, I would like to establish your connection with your previous knowledge, and our previous topic of discussion was ideology of Pakistan and Allama Muhammad Iqbal. Iqbal, as we had earlier discussed, that he was a person who gave the idea of Pakistan. Actually, he inspired the Muslims of India to raise their demand of a separate homeland, to raise their demand of a separate country. So we can say that he actually has prepared the ground for Mr. Jinnah. So Mr. Jinnah finally led the Muslims to the goal of Pakistan. Allama Muhammad Iqbal said in the annual meeting of Muslim League on 29 December 1930 that Islam is a complete code of life. It is not the name of some beliefs and custom. And in Europe, religion is considered a personal matter of each individual. So actually this idea divides the human oneness into two opposition parts. Two opposite parts, one is body, the other one is soul. So in contrast to that European idea, actually Islam have a different idea, and in which God, universe, soul, matter, state and religious places, they all are bound to each other. So we can say that, in other words, Islam is a millat and Muslims are a nation. So in Allahabad address, Allama Muhammad Iqbal mentioned that Islam is a lively power. Islam is a lively power which frees human mind from country and racist thoughts. And if we understand this thing, so by understanding it, we can be the leaders of prominent Indian civilizations. So in other words, Islam is the way to success. He said that the lesson which I learned from history is that Islam always helped the Muslims at the time of difficulty, but Muslim didn't save Islam. Even today, if we see ideology of Pakistan, ideology of Islam, that can save you being from destruction by uniting your divided parts. In Allahabad, when he was giving a presidential address on 29 December 1930, he said that he would like to see what Punjab, NWFP, now KPK, Sindh and Balochistan, they should form a single state, and that maybe self-government within the British Empire or without British Empire. So that is necessary to have a consolidated Northwest Indian Muslim state, and it appears to me as a final destiny of the Muslims, at least of Northwest India. So as we have studied and we have recapitulated and we have connected with previous knowledge how Iqbal and ideology of Pakistan are interlinked, what were efforts of Allama Muhammad Iqbal. Now we will see that what is the ideology of Pakistan and Qaid-e-Azam. So today's topic of discussion is ideology of Pakistan and Qaid-e-Azam. So our objective will be, you people mean my student, you student will be able to define ideology of Pakistan by identifying relevant statements of Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Qaid-e-Millat Muhammad Ali Jinnah. So we will see that how Muhammad Ali Jinnah uh, actually stated the ideology of Pakistan, what he understand about ideology of Pakistan, how he helped to convert this idea into a state. Uh, there is a little bit about the political career of Qadi Muhammad Ali Jinnah. In 1906, Jinnah started his political career because he joined at that time All Indian National Congress. In 1913, he joined All India Muslim League because Maulana Muhammad Ali Johar requested him. So in 1919, he became the president of All India Muslim League. When uh, he he attended first roundtable conference. There he mentioned that now we are on a position from where if Indian Muslims are not consulted about the future of India, then the proposals of British government would not be runable more than weeks. There, in the annual session of Muslim League in 1938, Jinnah presided at Patna and he said, British government wanted to rule India while Congress wanted to rule Indian Muslims. So it would not be possible during our life. Then in 1940, when he was presiding again annual session of Muslim League, he said, the Hindus and Muslims belong to two different religious philosophies, social customs, and literature. They are neither intermarry nor interdine together, and indeed they belong to two different civilizations. So they are separate nations. So if we understand about uh, territorial base or territorial land, so he was addressing Punjab Muslim Student Federation in March 1941. He said, nothing could be achieved simply by raising slogans for a nation. We are one nation and the nation can't survive in the air. It requires an independent land to settle where it can rule, and our demand is the same. So he also mentioned that we don't need any ism except Islam. In March 1944, while he was addressing to students, he said that Islam is our guide and a complete code of life. We neither need any red or yellow flag, nor we need any socialism, communism, nationalism, or any other ism. Because Islam as a guideline, Islam as a complete code of life is available. This shows a clear picture of Muhammad Ali Jinnah mindset. So, as per the protection of Islamic civilization is concerned, so he said that uh, what we are aiming, actually we are aiming to create such a state where we can flourish with the light of our civilization and where Islamic ideologies of social justice can completely bloom, can completely flourish. So uh, he was addressing there and he gave a message on Eid al-Fitr in September 1945 regarding the fundamental human rights. So he said that general code is Quran for the Muslims. Religious, social, civil, commercial, military, judicial, criminal, penal code is available. Everything is being regulated. Ceremonies, religious ceremonies, our daily life, and our soul, our body. So here is the right of other individual. So from morality to crime, everything is being discussed, from the punishment to that in the life to come. And our Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, has enjoined on us that every Muslim should possess a copy of the Quran and be his own priest. So Islam, it is being discussed that it is not just only spiritual tenets and doctrine of the rituals and the ceremonies. It is actually a complete code of life. So whole Muslim society and every department of life collectively and individually should follow it. And it has all those rules and regulations which can regulate our society, our individual and our collective life. So in general election 1945-46, he said that now Pakistan is our aim and we will reach there on every caste and every condition. As per democratic system is concerned, he was actually there in a meeting at London in 14 December 1946. He said that democracy is the blood of the Muslims who look upon complete equality of man. So he believed on Islamic democracy because while he was addressing a press conference in 14 August 1947, he said that in reality we had learned democracy 13 years ago. So when we are discussing about democracy, I doubt that you have not studied Islam, because in Islam democracy had already been discussed. So while addressing Islamic College of Peshawar, their students on January 13, 1948, he actually mentioned why we need a separate homeland, why we need a separate piece of land. He simply mentioned that we need to actually uh, have experiment on our Islamic principles. So we could use that land, we can use that country, such a laboratory. So laboratory to test what Islamic principles that people are following, up to which extent. And in Dhaka on March 1948, March 21, 1948, he said that don't talk about Bengali, Sindhi, Balochi, or Pathan. So 13 years ago, the message has been given to us that we are not Sindhi, Balochi, or Pathan. We are Muslims and only Muslims. As per social justice, equality, and responsibility is concerned, uh, he was addressing at the occasion of the opening of the State Bank of Pakistan, at the inauguration of the State Bank of Pakistan on 1st July 1948. Was you have to learn the date as well, that 1st July 1948. When Qazi was addressing or inaugurating State Bank of Pakistan, you may mention 1st July 1948. So there he mentioned that we have to work uh, as uh, in our destiny in our own way, and we have to present a better economic system to the world on true Islamic concept of equality and manhood and social justice, so that we will be therefore fulfilling our mission as Muslim and giving the humanity what the message of peace, which alone can save it and secure the welfare, happiness, and prosperity of the whole mankind. So as we have discussed different uh, statements of Qazi Muhammad Ali Jinnah when he was inaugurating the State Bank of Pakistan 1st July 1948, when he was addressing in Dhaka, so 21st March 1948, when he was addressing Islamia College, the students of Islamia College of Peshawar 13 January 1948, and when he was discussing about Islamic democracy on 14th August 1947, when he was discussing democratic system on 14th December 1946, we have to keep in mind dates. So one general election held there in 1945-46, what he said at that time, what he believed about the fundamental human rights, what message he has given on the occasion of Eid al-Fitr in 19 September 1945, what he believed about different isms and Islam in 1944 in March, what he said about that, how we can protect our Islamic civilization, what he believes about the territorial land, why we need it. So what he said in March 1941. So you may discuss in 1940, while he was presiding annual session of Muslim League at Lahore, what he said at that time. So there in 1938, when he was again presiding all Indian annual session of All India Muslim League, what he said at Patna. So in first roundtable conference, what he said. So these are, and what are the political, how, what is his political career, when did he join Indian National Congress, date, you have to learn date, when Jinnah joined All India Muslim League, when he was declared as when he became first president of All India Muslim League. So these all points you have to note, you have to make short notes, you have to learn, then you have to write. It will help you to do MCQs, to do short questions, to long questions, to do long questions. So, now we will recapitulate the topic. So clearly he mentioned the difference between Islam and Hinduism, that these are not only two religions but two different social systems. Two nations are totally different from each other. Their ideas are different. So they couldn't create a common nationhood. So Muslim need a separate homeland where they can live their lives socially, economically, and politically according to their faith. So he simply mentioned that they couldn't intermingle. So their bases are different. They have conflicting ideas and concept. So he told that outlook on life and of life is different for both of them. And yeah, 1000 years relations are there, but they couldn't intermingle with each other. So difference, he said that is only writing of Al-Biruni and speech of Qaid Azam was that Al-Biruni made calculated prediction, while Qaid Azam had history behind him to support his arguments. So if you discuss about Qaid Azam and ideology of Pakistan, a very decisive role was played by Muhammad Ali Jinnah for the Muslim demand. How he faced strong opposition from Hindus and the British, and how he started his political career, and how when he was elected as to the Legislative Council when 1909, when did he join All India Muslim League 1913, when he become the member of both the political parties, because he has certain disagreement with Gandhi on the issue of self-raj, Swaraj. So when did he resign from Congress 1920, and why he was called the ambassador of Hindu Muslim unity through Lucknow Pact in 1916. So Hindus have to accept the Muslim demands of a separate electorate. So 1/3 seat in central legislative. So protection of minority right is there. So uh, if we talk about what are the aims and the objective of the establishment of Pakistan, that first of all sovereignty of Allah Almighty we want to establish. Then secondly we want to establish Islamic democracy. Thirdly we want the revival of the Muslim image and identity. Fourth, protection of Muslim culture and civilization. Fifth, liberation from the harmful Hindu majority. Sixth, establishment of balanced economic system. And seventh, of course, on behalf of two nation theory. So after recapitulating, I would like to discuss that what did Qazi Muhammad Ali Jinnah say about nationalism. This you have to do this short question. What did Qazi Muhammad Ali Jinnah say about the security of minorities? You have to study book. You will find. And then while inaugurating State Bank of Pakistan, what did Qazi Muhammad Ali Jinnah say? So these are three short questions which you have to prepare. You have to learn. Then you have to write. And finally, long question, describe the ideology of Pakistan in the light of the pronouncement of Ilham Muhammad Iqbal Rahmatullah Alayh. So that was about Ilham Muhammad Iqbal. Now you have to change it a little bit. You have to mention, describe the ideology of Pakistan in the light of the pronouncement of Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Get it? Okay, boys. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.